Today we're installing a Reese Towpower hitch on a 2015 Ford Explorer. These are usually super easy to install. I'm hoping it's not more than the few bolts. I have Zach and Haven helping me today. We're going to install the hitch on the girlfriend's 2015 Ford Explorer. Not the best helpers, but they're cute. See? Zach, can you show us where the hitch is that came in the mail?
What hitch?
Oh my gosh. Haven, where's the hitch?
Is that the hitch?
Yeah, that's the new hitch receiver. It's from Reese Towpower. I bought it from Summit. I actually bought it through eBay, so I don't have any taxes or shipping. It seemed to be faster, even though they said it came. Don't touch that. Good work on these helpers.
She cut herself. I didn't.
Anyways, it is a big, strong piece of metal. It's gonna come in the strongest, least expensive cardboard box. Zach, don't touch it. The box will probably be damaged. Everyone I've only gotten a couple, but still, they're usually damaged a bit. The main thing you want to make sure is that it's not tweaked. As you can see, there's bolt holes on those sides. If that thing's bent or tweaked, it's just not going to line up. You're going to have a bad time. Make sure the paint's not too scuffed. As you can see, it is actually pretty scuffed here. And Zach needs his toenails trimmed. You can see that it's down to the metal here. You may want to take a rattle can. Get away, okay, guys, get. You're not helping. You may want to paint that first, just so it doesn't start rusting. This is really thick, but you're also towing 5,000 pounds worth of stuff. Or 4,500, or 4,000 apparently. And neighbors. And yeah, so just hit that with some paint just to make sure you get a little extra protection against corrosion, because it's gonna see lots of water, especially if you live in a weird area. Don't be nervous if when it arrives it comes with nothing. You'll see here in the receiver that they have nicely put, and of course, careful not to cut the paint any further. You'll see the whole kit of bolts and instructions and everything else in here. Fresh from our friends in China. Hello. And on the topic of spray paints, don't use the dollar store stuff for the dollar something. I think you got the Dixie line in a pinch. You're gonna spend $100 some bucks on this hitch receiver and your time, which is probably, invaluable, of course. Use at least like a nice Rust-Oleum. You're gonna want a couple coats regardless. Even I have this from doing the my headers from my Dart. Just something that's quality. It's gonna give it a decent coat. This stuff is really garbage. So here's everything that comes in the installation kit. Here's the garbage instructions that were my inspiration for this wonderful video. This whole thing is bugging me. It's not the easy job I've done. Done my Mazda 3. I've done, I had a 2013, I think, F-150. All super easy. This one, super pain. You have to disconnect the exhaust, which I've already done. You can see from both these points, and then just past, so you can see the little that little filler that's welded to the exhaust. My phone's not gonna sharpen in the right place, but you can see where I've loosened that up too. And again, a little penetrant. All right, here I am under the car, just to get you oriented. There's the back. See, here's the exhaust, and right after it goes together. Gosh, it's the worst ever. Okay, so here's the driver's side, passengers. When it comes together, there's a hanger here. I just put a little, it says to use like soapy water or lubricant. I just used some PB Blaster, just some penetrant spray, just because I had it laying around. A WD-40 or something, whatever. You can use Dawn, I don't care. Just something to where this metal and this very old piece of rubber can slip through. You can see I've already got it half off there. It came off a little easier than I thought, which I was happily surprised by. If you want to loosen up the rear hangers, here you can see this system. I loosened up the bolts just because, I don't know, I thought these were going to be harder, but they're actually really easy. So these guys, there's two of them. I removed one. See, I removed one, and I loosened up the other. I used a 18 millimeter to do that. So if you want to do that, cool. If not, if I end up removing it, I'll tell you so. But yeah. God, this place. Okay, so again, I don't know if it's in the instructions or not, but by this point, I don't even care. Before you tighten everything up, before you install it to where the exhaust hanger bracket was installed, you want to install the exhaust hanger bracket, because this won't install after you have the rest tightened up. So here I am after I've uninstalled everything again, because this bolt won't fit. You can't put it in once it's attached to that. And I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but if you can, cool. If not, just know to install the exhaust bracket, that rubber bit, before you tighten up to the frame. Because if you wait that long, you can't do it. It won't fit. And I tried to do it the other way, like whatever, can't put a wrench in there. So, lessons learned, YouTube friends. Also, mid-video, please subscribe. They unmonetized me because I didn't have enough subscribers, even though I have almost twice as much viewers as needed. So again, you can see there's a little square fitting on here. It really does fit right in here, so it doesn't move on you once you tighten it up. But this guy, little wiener looking like thing down, as the exhaust wheel needs to go back in there, make sure it's tight. Use the flat washer. Sorry, a little harder with one hand. And it's a locking nut, so you'll need to, you could finger on a couple threads and then it really wants to bite on there. So 11/16, meet you on the other side. And then install back up here with the little doohickey pointing down. You can see it's discolored. I didn't do that as much as I like to take credit for it. And then do the inside out. This bolt will fit right into this little square fitting. So you just need this 11/16. I just use the ratcheting one because I'm not lazy, but whatever, I have it. So you want to use a socket, whatever you want. Don't do it too tight. I think I might have done a little bit where it's bulging, but whatever, it's on there. We do both sides, and then install it through the original bracket where that bad boy was installed to the frame. So the instructions show to install a 5th asymmetrical bolt, and I see the hole on the where it should be, but don't show where we're supposed to access it. You can see in the spare tire wheel well, it's nothing but solid, sheet metal there. And then let's go down, and none of these panels really pop off enough to where I could see that there should be some access. And the taillight is too high to really, if I remove that, I don't think I'd get much more. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So everything's installed. It looks awesome. I'm really glad. It's late at night, so I was like, well, I'll wait till morning. Let me turn this guy around. All right. So, and I've already installed the rest, just so I'm like, whatever. But there's the 2 bolts, and those are, like I said, symmetrical. Just for reference, you can see where the hanger is. We have a new top mounting bolt that goes into the hitch receiver frame, or I'm not sure what you call it. But, and of course we made sure to install that before we installed the rest of it into the Explorer. But anyways, my concern is, while this and this is identical to the other side, we have an extra hole here. And I'm familiar with the concept of the fish wire. The problem is I don't see anywhere else in this rail where we could feed it through. There's this hole, which is way too tiny for anything to go through. And really, I mean, I've kind of felt my finger all the way up through it, and I don't see anything else. There's this box that blocks anything on that side. And it's inaccessible. That side is blocked. There possibly could be something even further up there, but I'd have to uninstall other components of the SUV to get that very last one. And that fish wire is only so long. Like I said, my Mazda 3, it's a 2010. It had the same, fishing the wire, which I was nervous about, but it really was pretty easy, and it was kind of cool. But this one, I don't know. And I don't know what that fifth one, strength-wise, would give us, but I don't know. I mean, for a 4,000 pound capacity, I don't think I'll get anywhere close to that. I don't want to tell you to do anything dangerous, but my one thing is, if you do see some way or method, let me know in the comments, and I'll add it. I'm going to hold on to it just in case, but I don't understand exactly why. Get up. Why it would be super needed, but I don't see, again, like, are the four gonna fail and then I'm left with my fifth one that was gonna, save the trailer and the Explorer? I don't think so. But long story short, it has been installed. I am a little worried about that fifth one. If anyone has any clue, let me know, and maybe I'll post an update. But for now, it looks pretty solid. It's amazing. I'm not going to use anything close to the spec weight, so I don't think it'll be an issue. But yeah, happy camping.
Remove the exhaust hangers using a lubricant, and then you're going to want to lower the exhaust. Remove the brackets from the vehicle. Install the rubber hangers onto the new hitch receiver. Then we're going to install the hitch receiver into the frame rails using the new bolts and conical washers. Then when that's there, you can reattach the exhaust to the hangers. Voila!